Hi, I'm Bob Power with OTC Markets Group. Today we're pleased to be joined by Dr. Alex Sokolowski, Investor Relations at Basf. We're delighted to hear what's new with Basf, one of the founding members of OTCQX, as we celebrate OTCQX achieving the milestone of 500 companies. Alex, welcome.
Thanks, great to be here.
More recently, environmental, social, and governance, or ESG, topics have received greater attention among the investment community. When we last spoke, you talked about Basf's aspirations in this space. Can you provide us with any updates?
At our Capital Markets Day in March 2021, we presented a roadmap to climate neutrality and set even more ambitious goals for ourselves than we had in the past. We announced our aspiration to achieve net zero emissions by 2050. Also, based on our recent progress in developing low-emission and CO2-free technologies, we were able to raise our medium-term target for the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions by 2030. Basf now wants to reduce greenhouse gas emissions worldwide by 25% compared with 2018 levels. And to achieve this, despite our growth targets and the construction of an integrated Verbund site in Zhanjiang, China. This means that by 2030, we will reduce our global CO2 emissions by 60% compared with 1990 levels, exceeding the EU target and complying with the Paris Climate Agreement.
Thanks, Alex. The further reduction in CO2 emissions to 2030 sounds like an ambitious goal, especially in light of the reductions Basf has already made. How will the company achieve this?
That's a good point. The low-hanging fruit have all been picked, so to speak. It is a fact that chemical production requires large amounts of energy. And currently, this energy mainly comes from fossil fuels. A climate-neutral chemical industry will only be possible with a sufficient supply of renewable energy, or, more specifically, sufficient amounts of electricity from renewable sources.
What are Basf's plans for renewable energy once this becomes readily available?
We do indeed have some plans. One of them is to produce hydrogen. We already produce large volumes of hydrogen at our Ludwigshafen site in Germany. Our experts are developing a process called methane pyrolysis that can produce hydrogen at much lower CO2 emissions than the current standard method of steam reforming, and with higher energy efficiency than water electrolysis. We have just started up a pilot plant to produce hydrogen in this way. Secondly, we target the electrification of our steam crackers, which are used to produce basic chemicals. These plants have giant furnaces where the chemical reactions take place at temperatures of 850 degrees C. To heat these furnaces, we currently use natural gas, and this emits a lot of CO2. We want to change this with electrically heated furnaces. Replacing natural gas with electricity from renewable sources will allow us to greatly reduce CO2 emissions in normal operations. This is not easy to do, but along with our partners SABIC and Linde, Basf has developed a technology, and we want to use it to retrofit one furnace at our cracker in Ludwigshafen. This will be the first step. Then we'll investigate expansion to commercial applications. If we're successful here, we could drastically reduce CO2 emissions and in turn enable our customers to lower the CO2 footprint of their products as well. These efforts, in conjunction with our ChemCycling initiative, will enable Basf to decouple growth from resource consumption and advance the shift toward closed-loop value creation systems.
Alex, thanks for that interesting overview.
No problem. Also, congratulations to OTC Markets on reaching the 500 company milestone on OTCQX. Basf, as you know, has a sponsored ADR program to provide US-based investors with the option to invest in our company via US dollar-denominated ADRs.
We really appreciate our long-term partnership with Basf. How have you found trading on OTCQX?
Well, being part of OTCQX market increases the visibility of our ADRs to investors, and as the premier tier, OTCQX provides them with the confidence that certain standards are being upheld.
Alex, it's great for you to visit with us here today, and we wish Basf and yourself continued success.
Thanks.